Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Killat44, and this is just going to be a quick video talking about the latest Nintendo Switch revision. The news is finally out. It's going to be called the Nintendo Switch OLED. It's pretty slick. It has a couple of new changes, notable changes. You know, it has, of course, the new OLED 7-inch OLED screen, which is going to look really nice. This is kind of cool because it's like, is this like the first mobile console that has an OLED screen, you know, aside from your phones? Because I really love OLED screens. I wish I had, the cash to spend on an OLED TV, but I do have an OLED smartphone, and it's awesome, and I love to use it outside. It's so, the colors are so rich and vivid. It's pretty sharp, and the best thing is that there's no glare. You can use it, in sunlight, basically, in any sort of lighting scenario. It's really awesome, and so it's going to be really great for you gamers out there that are, you're always out, either... Maybe you're like a student or something, you're in elementary school or middle school and you play like your consoles during like recess or lunch, or if you always go on trips or something, to places, if you're like going camping and stuff like that. So if you're a mobile gamer, like heavy mobile gamer, you play it on the bus, something like that, then this is going to be great. I mean, if you haven't picked up a Switch already, this is a really good opportunity for you to pick up a Switch and enjoy a big library of games, on the go. I really wish I could have gotten this version. Instead of buying the original, I guess, but whatever. So obviously there's a new screen. There's also some good quality of life stuff like, improved speakers, which is great. The hinge is a little bit better, so it folds at better angles and it looks like it's a lot more sturdier. And also they have an improved dock. They finally have Ethernet on the dock, which is pretty awesome. Is this like the first Nintendo console, I believe, to have an Ethernet cable? It's kind of funny because it's, Nintendo has a long history. They've been in the business for many years. And it's kind of funny when small things like this pop up because it's like, you kind of wish that it was always there the whole time. But alas, finally they have the cable so you can hopefully use that. Hopefully a lot of gamers use that so we can finally play Smash Brothers. And it could be not as laggy because everyone is on a wired connection as opposed to really laggy Wi-Fi, people playing through Wi-Fi wirelessly through the router, which of course is inferior to having a wired connection. But anyway, so there's a bunch of quality of life improvements. The biggest downside about all of this, though, and I feel it too, I am like genuinely disappointed, is the fact that they don't have any changed internal hardware. It's all the same internal hardware, the same GPU of the original Switch. So we're talking about the NVIDIA Tegra from 2015, which is showing its age. I mean, seriously, this Switch came out in 2016, and now we're in 2021, and like there's so much better hardware out there to choose from. And alas, they have decided to just keep the hardware the same, which is kind of unfortunate because I believed that this was like the main chance for them to actually improve the hardware, the internal hardware. Because if they're not going to do it this revision, and you think about like how long is a console generation nowadays? It's a lot longer. It used to be 6 years. I think it's going to be a little bit longer than that, maybe 7, 8, 9 years. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like the Switch doesn't really have that many years left in its lifespan. And so there's not much time, because it came out in 2016, right? So there's not that much time between now and, the next, by the time it's 9 years, let's say, you know what I mean? After the Nintendo Switch has been released, you might as well release a Switch 2 and put the new hardware in there as opposed to making a Switch Pro, right? You might as well release Switch 2. So that logic basically says that, for me at least, we're not going to see a Switch Pro, and we're going to see the next hardware revision, internal hardware revision is going to be seen, in my opinion, in my estimation, if I was a betting man, I think it's going to be in the next console, and we're not going to see it this generation, which sucks. That is a bummer. And for someone like me, like I don't really see the value proposition, for me at least personally, too much, to get a Nintendo Switch OLED if you already have the original. Because it's kind of like, I mean, it's nice to have a new screen, but at the same time, like, it's not that much different as well, And I'm not really that much of a mobile gamer. I'm an adult. Like, I just game primarily at home now, you know what I mean? So I would actually benefit from not even having a mobile, like, portion of it at all, and just... it being a home console. But I kind of take that back a little bit because I have been going out I have been going on trips or being outside of my house, and I have tried to enjoy my Nintendo Switch in my car, in like a hotel room, things like that. So I can't really say. So I guess I'll take that back. I say I'm a bit of both, but maybe like a majority of home console play, but I do go out occasionally. But for someone like me, someone like that, like it's just not worth it to upgrade because there's not really that much of a difference, and you're not going to use the screen that much. Again, for people out there, if you're like out all the time, you're playing this on the bus, you're playing this during lunch, you're constantly traveling for whatever reason, I think I would actually invest the money to do so. Even if you already have a Nintendo Switch, just because that screen, it's going to be such a great experience to like play that in that high quality screen, 7 inches. It's going to be so fun to like enjoy that, on the go. So whatever, right? Whatever you guys choose, just let me know. But anyway, I mean, that's all I wanted to say. A little bit disappointed, but it's kind of good. You know what I mean? It's kind of good for certain people. Let's put it that way. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm trying to make videos. I'm trying to think of videos to do. I'm trying to think of live streams to do. I really want to get back into YouTube because I enjoy it and I miss it a lot, honestly. So I'm trying to get back. I'm trying a lot of different things and I'm thinking about a lot of different ideas. So I don't know when I'm going to see you, but I'll see you guys whenever I see you. Peace.